All right, folks, we're here at the UK Games Expo, and now I'm going to take you on another walkabout, this time of Hall 3 and 3A, because the UK Games Expo has expanded exponentially since we saw it last year, and there's some little niggles and stuff that you can get stuck into when it comes to finding all your different traders. So, Rob's going to come with me again as we're going to dive down into this one. So, first off, we've got this very big Star Wars booth. You'll have seen me talking about Star Wars over the course of the weekend, essentially. This is where you can come and play essentially everything Star Wars. There is some really awesome stuff in there for Star Wars Unlimited and Star Wars Shatterpoint and Star Wars Legion and all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. You can also come and see Battle of Hoth, which is pretty nice, which is a very awesome game for you to dive into. Might try and grab some photos of that later, just so we can show off. Would be pretty awesome. There's a help desk here. It's always nice to have a help desk. So if you are trying to work out what's going on, you can always come over to the help desk and find out from them. We have loads of awesome role-playing games that you can dive into here as well. Lord of the Rings Confrontation. I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings from Ghost Galaxy Games. This one's looking pretty awesome. Like the components in that one. That's pretty cool. Might have to come back and do a video on that one as well. Too many videos, Rob. Too many videos. Now, as we dive down here, you can kind of see where we finished off in our second walkthrough. So this is where it moves over into Hall 4, but essentially, if we come around here, come down here, come down here, come down here, come down here, and we look this way, there is just endless stuff for you to get stuck into when it comes into Hall 3A, as it is. Like, you've got Rebellion over here doing all of their awesome stuff. You can see Az and Benji over there in the background. Az, come over here, come over here, come over here. Hello, Az.
It's Sunday, can you believe it's Sunday?
I know,
the energy is so good. It's actually colder today, which is amazing.
It is really nice and cold.
The heat has been unbearable, but the crowds have been fantastic, so you live and bear it, don't you?
Yes. And by the time you've seen this, Az will have been on stage with us as well, so we've been talking about all your awesome stuff.
So I was great, I hope.
He was great. Az is always great.
Yeah, we were talking about new board games with Sniper Elite and Joyride and Tunnels and Trolls, the new RPG, which I'm sure some of the OnTableTop viewers will know of Tunnels and Trolls. So we'll be talking about that a little bit.
Wicked. I'll leave you to it, man.
Have a lovely day.
And we'll have seen you, but also we'll see you later. Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. There we go. Yes. So, coming down, even more stuff here. So we've got Grindhouse, so a little bit of a horror board game, which is cool. You will have seen us talking about Flesh and Blood as well over the course of the weekend. And we had Alex with us, who's an awesome chap, who was telling us a little bit about, you can tell it's Sunday, about the sort of birth of the game and the history of the company, but also talking a little bit about how to play the game as well. So if you're somebody who likes your badass card games, Flesh and Blood is definitely one to go for. We also have more retailers and stuff here as well. So you've got Magic Madhouse lying around, which is very cool. And if you're a fan of licensed stuff, StarCraft, the tabletop miniatures game from Archon, they've been talking a little bit about that. You might also have already seen them on the stage by this point as well, which is quite good. But even then, just look at all the amazing dungeons and laser stuff that these folks do. I know a lot of the time we talk about these things in the news and all that kind of stuff as well, so it's really nice to see them showing off all of their wonderful plastics that they've been making, as well as all the stuff they've been doing with other companies as well, producing their plastics and things like that for all sorts of different things. And there's a massive castle. Why would you not want a massive castle? Which is pretty badass. So, nice stuff on that front. This is kind of like a miniature corner, I guess you'd say, which is pretty cool. Badass cards. What do you guys do?
Yeah, we are Chamber of Games. Yeah. We are TCG shop.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are. One moment.
Hi there. So, what are you guys doing at your stand here?
We are selling One Piece and Flesh and Blood. You can move to here because this is slightly more expensive. But if we go to the end,
yes,
you will see some very, very expensive stuff. This is like participation for warlords. You get only 10 in the warlord. Like, no, it's not 10 in the wallet, it's 160, but each pair gets 10. And this is also an expensive card over here, which is like 8 in the wallet, and we have 2 of them here.
Wow.
But we mainly sell and buy singles, that's what we do. We're present at every big One Piece event, Flesh and Blood, and maybe soon Pokemon. We will see.
Very cool.
But yeah, it's good to be part of this kind of convention, having a lot of distributors, shops, and people around, so yeah.
Thank you very much. If you want, come in here, Rob. Come in here. Look at how expensive some of these cards are. So if you are a little bit of a card chuck yourself and you want to dive into a little bit of One Piece, come and check out some of these. Maybe you got some extra moolah lying around. Get your hands on some of those cards. It'd be very cool. Thank you, guys. Hello there. How are you guys doing?
I'm all right, a lot cooler than it was yesterday, which I'm quite grateful for.
Yes, that's very true. What is TTCombat bringing to UK Games Expo this weekend?
What haven't we brought? So we've got Rumble Slam, which is a fantasy wrestling game built in-house, set in the Rumbleverse. We've got Carnival, which is more set in an eldritch sort of Venice.
Let's move down that way and have a look at the Carnivale, yes. Woo! There we go.
This is Carnival, which is set in Venice in the 1700s, and obviously more of an eldritch horror. Vampires, fish monsters, zombies, it's all there. And then we've got Half Tilt, another game that we've TTCombat have made from the ground up. Halfling Jousting, plenty of expansions with there with different teams, different mounts, different knights.
And we saw a bit more of a reveal on social media as well for obviously Operation Artemis, which was pretty cool. I'll come round there to you. I'll come round there to you. I'll come round there to you.
You're going to have to bear with me because there's not a lot of voice left.
No, I know. Mine's slowly going as well.
Yeah, so new release up for pre-order this weekend, Operation Artemis, brand new 2-player game set in the Drop Zone Commander universe.
Yeah.
PHR against giant megafauna.
What's not to love?
Who doesn't love, mech suits versus monsters? What's not to love about it?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So people can come over and get demos from you guys and find out how it works?
Come over, get demos, they can pre-order bonuses today. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Come and see us.
You tempted, Rob? You like your drop universe? You do. You do. Oh, okay. Oh, he's on the fence. He's on the fence. Thank you very much, guys. Moving further in. So obviously we talked with Warlord Games earlier in the weekend, which is pretty awesome. Look at that mech. Look at that badass mech. Oh, Conflict 47, always awesome. Make sure to come and check out that interview, obviously, over on the live blog, which is very cool. And then we're going to go down this way, Rob. So come down here. Some more stuff. Osprey are on their stand. How are you guys doing? You good? Yeah.
Find us nice and relaxed, zen on a Sunday morning. Last day of the
that's so nice. That's so nice. Yes, you will hopefully have seen George on the live stream talking about all the awesome stuff that you've been doing with Osprey and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're excited to show our 2 upcoming games later in the year, and also a Friender and Line of Fire, which we're demoing here at the show.
Wicked. So you can go and check out those videos and see what it was all about. But absolutely fantastic. Nice to talk to you guys again. Yes. Now we're diving deeper in. Obviously, we talked about things like Marvel Crisis Protocol, Star Wars Legion, Star Wars Shatterpoint, which was really cool. Come down this way, Rob. We're nearly at the end of part 1. Just part 1 of Hall 3. Yeah, right. Okay. Cool t-shirts. There's too much to see. I'm already tired. Okay. And we're going to swing around here, and we're going to end up in this sort of area as we find the little divide. So, I mean, even on Sunday, still quite a lot of people. Still quite a lot of people. Get your card sleeves sorted with Game Genic, and then, okay, right, let's finish over here, I suppose. We have, hello Rob, here we go. So, more stuff for card games. We have Wacky Wizard Games doing awesome stuff over here. Malediction, which I believe Jerry talked about on Thursday, so you can check that out. There's a big bus you could go and sit in. Why would you not want to go? There's a big bus, Rob. Look at the big bus. Look at the massive bus. Go and sit in there relaxed. I hope it's relaxing in there anyway. That would be quite nice. But yes, as I said, this was only just 3A. We're going to take a quick swish, and then we'll be in Hall 3. Hi there, folks. And as I said, after the swish, we're back in Hall 3. Which is just as big, if not bigger, than Hall 2 and 3A and 4 and all the rest of them as well. We start off with another one of the Asmodee's booths where you can come and do lots more demos. You could play Finspan, you could dive into a little bit of Heat, which is pretty cool. One of my favourite games is Everdell, so you could always come and play the duo mode of that or play the full game as well. I suppose both of them are full games anyway. But we also have Free League, who we've talked to over the course of the weekend, who are doing loads of absolutely amazing role-playing games. I know Rob, behind the camera, has already been tempted by one of their role-playing games, which was the Legends of the Old West one, which was pretty cool. And as we sort of dive deeper into here, got even more awesome stuff. More new stuff coming out for Hero Quest, which is really nice. You could sit down and play that. Dive into a bit more Talisman, which is pretty cool. Maybe you want to get stuck into a few of those sort of classics. You could get into sort of Takenoko, but Takenoko Color, which is their new version of that. There's El Paso, Seven Wonders, Splendor, which has seen a really nice update and redesign of its graphics and all that kind of thing, but still really nice core gameplay to that as well. And as we dive deeper in, bit more stuff from, Chaosium are doing really badass stuff. So yes, if you're a bit of a fan of mythos-style Lovecraftian horror and those kind of role-playing, you could always get some stuff from Chaosium, but also dive in and get some really nice classics. So you can get things like Pendragon, which is back with a new start set. You got RuneQuest and all that kind of stuff as well. How are things going for Chaosium this weekend?
Very good. Yeah, no, it's probably our best year ever at UK Games Expo. So,
Brilliant,
yeah.
brilliant. What's been one of the big sellers for you guys?
Definitely the Sutra of Pale Leaves, Twin Suns Rising, which is Call of Cthulhu role-playing in 1980s Japan. And encountered.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've actually sold out of the regular edition. We only have the special edition leatherette left.
Wow. Okay, I need to tell Jerry about that special edition. He's going to come and get that, I think.
Go check it out.
Oh, look, come and show me where it is. Show me where it is. Yeah, yeah. Because obviously, if you're into like Call of Cthulhu and all that kind of stuff, this is the perfect place to come. Here we come over here. Oh my!
This is the special leatherette edition.
Oh.
I don't have a regular one to show you, but that's...
What a glamorous assistant.
Yeah. And we just announced this weekend that there's actually going to be a sequel to the book called The Sutra of Pale Leaves, Carcosa Manifest, which is 5 more scenarios, so you can do a full, like, pre-written campaign in this new 1980s Japan setting. New, it's 50 years ago, but, you know, it's...
Wow. That's very awesome.
Definitely our biggest seller for the weekend. Yeah.
I've recently dived into Call of Cthulhu from you guys, got the new rulebook and all, well, the most recent rulebook anyway, and that kind of thing. And I'm getting ready for adventures, but that one sounds pretty awesome to me.
Definitely, like, it's just the good thing about Call of Cthulhu is you can play it in all kinds of different time periods, and we're really excited to finally do something more modern. Like, we've obviously done the Dark Ages, we've done Wild West, we've done role-playing in the time of Jane Austen with Regency Cthulhu, so it's nice to move forward a little bit. I've been killing a modern setting, and then someone pointed out to me that no, it was still before I was born, so it's still a long time ago. Yeah.
Awkward, I guess, but yes. Thank you very much for taking us through that. Make sure to come over to Chaosium. Thank you, dude. Right, diving back into it. The excellent battle systems. They always do amazing stuff, really nice terrain, even more of their brilliant sets. So if you're not to paint terrain like me, these are really good for those people who want to dive into that. If you're playing things like Guards of Traitor's Toll or Rangers of Shadow Deep, Frostgrave, this is always good for you. And of course we've got Maladum as well, which is their fantasy dungeon crawling game, so if you wanted to dive in and play that, you've got some excellent options there. Really nice setups as always from these guys. Beautiful mechanics. We've already talked about it on the channel and that kind of thing as well, so your quid's in if you're going for this one. Nice. As we come around the other side, few more retailers over here. So you've got Travelling Man, and as you can see, things are starting to hot up in the halls as we dive back into it. But if you're looking for a game, you can probably won't find one amongst all of the retailers here. Obviously, Whaling Games at the front of Hall 2. You could go over there, get yourself some bargains, which is very nice. And also you could build yourself a Gundam, take it away. Rob behind the camera is like, Gundam? No, but I say yes. And as we go further in, excellent stuff here from Mighty Boards, who we talked to in the press preview. Fate Forge is really cool. And Rebirth, oh my god, Rebirth looks beautiful. Another Rainer Knizia game as well. So if you're a big fan of him, definitely worth picking that one up, which is really cool. All rolled up here as well, doing all of their amazing things. We also, you like mechs, don't you, Rob? You're a mech fan? Kind of a mech fan? Come over here, come over here, come over here. I'm going to lead you over here on a journey of self-discovery. Here we go. If you missed it before, check out Hard War and all the stuff that Modiphius are doing for this. We did a video interview with Chris from Modiphius about that one. So come and check that out. Just go over, not zoom in, but go over there, Rob, and have a look at that board. You can see all the Hard War stuff in action, which is pretty cool. And of course, because this is Modiphius, they have all sorts of other badass stuff in the pipeline as well. So if you want to dive into the worlds of Fallout or the Elder Scrolls, you have options on that front too. And of course, Mass Effect, to name just 3 of their IPs that they've been doing. And then I think we're going to start to move towards the back of the hall over here. We have some excellent stuff from a variety of different creators. We have loads of wonderful brushes and things from Artis Opus and all that kind of stuff, which is really nice. I'm going to go down this way, Rob. I'm going to go down this way. I'm going to poodle down here. because there's always something fun to check out. Ah, yes, this is what I wanted. Themeborn, or as I used to call them, Themaborn, but I know it's actually Themeborn, and showing off more of The Last of Us, Escape the Dark Castle, Escape the Dark Sector. They even have some really fun stuff on the horizon, I'm fairly sure, for a new game that they've been working on coming to Kickstarter as well in the near future, which is very nice. And then I think we're going to finish off over here, Rob, I think. So we'll come round this way, because I'm already getting tired. And as we go around here, we'll cap things off with a little bit more wargamey stuff. One-page rules here, showing off all of their stuff they've been doing. Obviously, they've been doing things like Grimdark Future and Age of Fantasy for a while. You need to see this. You can obviously check out the full video from Jerry about this one, but look at some of their gorgeous models that they've been working on. And then this is the new starter set that they've been working on for sort of like diving into Grimdark Future, called Broken Truth, with just some absolutely gorgeous plastic miniatures. Definitely worth checking that out if you're a bit of a miniatures fan. And then that's pretty much it for sort of Hall 3, really. We come to the back of it. There's a few more vendors up here. What's been really quite nice about this is if you turn around and just shoot back down that way, Rob, all the way down the hall, really big, long alleyways and lanes for people this time around at the show. So even though it has been absolutely heaving, there has always been space for you to dive in and find something fun to play here at the event. So yeah, a really nice journey of discovery, I would say, when it comes to UK Games Expo. As I say, this is our last of our walkabouts. We've done Hall 2, we've done Hall 4, and this is finally Hall 3 and 3A, all together in one. But hopefully, if you're watching this, you found something fun to dive into at the UK Games Expo. Oh, as I said, it's coming to the end of the day now. And if not, make sure you come along next year and check it out for yourself, because there is always something cool, little morsel somewhere stuck here in this convention, behind a banner or something like that. So yes, I'm going to sign off. And yeah, comment down below with all the things you've enjoyed at UK Games Expo this year. Watch the live blog, watch the live stream, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.